Hello guys, welcome to another of our videos from Draft the League. I'm HyperChucks, and in this video we're going to show you our speed run from Paradox Wave T5 raid. This is accomplished just like doing the Odyssey feat. You have to leave all 4 bosses up, and for clarification, the timer don't start counting until you actually hit the button that is at the gate that triggers the cutscene. So for those groups that have players from PS3 and PS4, obviously the PS4 is being loading a little bit more faster than the PS3 players in these raids, and actually in the whole game. You can let those PS3 players load in. If they're gonna DC, just invite them back to the group and don't touch the button until you have all the players in full mobility and no lag, and just keep track of your counter on your scoreboard, and then from there you can start your raid. That's exactly what we did. We actually did it on our 3rd try. I believe it was our 3rd try, and actually we were successful. But in this raid you're gonna run into certain problems sometimes that actually can cause a wipe. For example, we're running with 1 healer, 2 trollers, and 1 tank for DPS. Sometimes if you get the tank stuck in the jail phase or the healer in jail phase, you have to take some measures for that. For example, having your controllers pop their supercharge if you have a quantum, mental, or a heartlight controller that they can pop shields to the whole group, using your sodas, using your supply drops and whatnot. The way we do it, once we go in, we lightly DPS the Tyrant, since we are over here for this content, most of us. So DPSing the Tyrant can bring him too low in health, which can trigger multiple phases at once, meaning that a certain health of the Tyrant, one boss comes out, and once you kill it and you DPS it some more, keep changing phases, and within these phases you're gonna have bosses, side bosses coming out. And keep in mind, this only if you haven't closed any tunnels, and this is the only way that you're gonna be able to get these feet. So what we did, we came in, we made sure that all our trollers and healers have supercharges prior to coming in here, but once we got in, the only people that were actually DPS in the Tyrant was our controllers and healers. Us DPS, like myself, we were just using weapon attacks, and very lightly. I was keeping track of the damage in the Tyrant, so once we get in, the first A on the name of the Tyrant, that's where I told all DPS to stop. I was like, hey, we reached the A, so everybody stop, and only controllers and healers, you can keep building your power and whatnot. So the damage that they take from the controllers and the healers is very minimum, so we were not worried about that. So we did encounter certain situations along this raid. Right now I'm in jail. So since we have 4 DPSs, if we had 2 DPSs and we had a boss out, a side boss out, we were not getting anybody out of jail. The only person that we got out of jail during our run, it was when the healer got in jail, which we popped supercharges. Myself and another DPS were moving quickly, getting him out of jail, and left the other person in jail. So that's a little bit of a tactic that you can use, especially if you have high burn. Like I was not worried about. I know that my counterparts, DPS, had the burn to do it themselves. So all I told them is just concentrate, focus, just keep burning him. Once the side boss is down, then you can get me out. So that's another tactic. So You burn the bosses. If you're still within jail phase after the boss is down, the side boss is down, that's when we were getting the people in jail out of jail, so we can push to the next phase instead of just sitting waiting around having the clock ticking. So we got people out of jail, we push the next phase, get the other side boss, and keep going. If you got pillar phase, we did the same thing. We kill the side boss, get all the pillars down, and then push the next phase. We did not do I believe none of the bosses has a pillar tanking. Sometimes they can become a little pain in the butt to actually get them in the pillar and whatnot. Since the burn is really high, bosses are just spamming attention to everybody. And we do have a really good tank. Don't get me wrong, he's a really good tank, but the damage incoming to these side bosses, it was insane. So they keep spamming attention to everybody in the raid. So we decided just tank it normal, especially the guys that were just rushing to the group, like the Ravager, the Oppressor. Those two bosses like to go into the group and rush in and just ram everybody. For the sentry, we did not have it against the pillar. We started that way, but at a certain point he got out. So what we did, we spread out across the middle, and I was getting close to one of the pillars so I can grab the egg, throw the egg. Now keep in mind, for the sentry, if your DPS is somewhat good, it's not people that are over gear or whatnot, you have the same type of gear for that content. My suggestion is to throw as many eggs as you can, because the more eggs that you drop at the sentry, the more damage he takes. So you can have one person each pillar and have the tank just tank it to closest to the pillar where he comes out. So that's a little bit of a trick for the sentry. Like you see here, we were just getting all the pillars down. We were not worrying about the healing debuff on the Paradox energy balls. We just let the Paradox energy balls do what they gotta do. In here, like I said, we have the Ravager. Of course, both of our trollers are equipped with the healing debuff and damage debuff. So just in case one of the healers gets in jail or it goes down, we're gonna have the controllers. The controllers are the ones that do the healing debuff. Now, just in case one of them gets in jail, get rammed over, or he's getting bugged by the Tyrant, because you have a boss up, but you're also gonna have the Tyrant just rolling around, bugging you and whatnot. So both are equipped with the healing debuff. Keep that healing debuff on the Ravager, the defense debuff, so we can burn faster. I want you to keep in mind that you basically have one phase to burn these bosses. So if you last longer than one phase, for example jail phase or pillar phase, when one boss is out, if you last longer than a phase and you haven't burned it or getting close to burn, you are in risk to getting another side boss come out. That happened to us before, when we had less gear or when we had too many people go down. So my suggestion, if you lose too many DPS, if you lose your healer, that's just a wipe. Might as well go jump in the orbs, pretty much commit suicide, die over there, rest, disband the instance, come back up. That's if you are going for the speed feed. If you're going for the Odyssey feed, you can just regroup and come back in and do it again. Like you see here, the Tyrant gonna keep just rolling and shooting lasers random players. It is very annoying, especially for casters, healers, or your rotation. You're gonna get interrupted a lot. Excuse me. It is very annoying for the tank. Sometimes it does throw you down, knock you down. So if you get caught in the bad moment, you're gonna take excessive damage. Of course, our tank has pretty good gear, so the damage was minimal. Here we got the oppressor. The oppressor put a group member in a ball. Most likely is the person that is the farthest from him. Like you see here, you get in a ball. Somebody in the group have to go pick that ball up, slam it on the ground, and kill you. Otherwise, you just can let the ball timer run out, and the person is gonna die anyways, and then go and pick him up. It's faster if you pick that person up, slam the ball, break the ball, die, then that person revive him. Now you gotta be careful if you're picking somebody up and the oppressor starts charging that way, or it drop a laser at you. The same thing with the tyrant. If you're resing somebody, the tyrant starts spinning or just throwing lasers at you and whatnot, it's gonna interrupt your revive. So just keep in mind, our tank does a pretty good job trying to spam the attention of the tyrant as well, so the group members can get the minimal interruptions from the tyrant. In here you saw I died, came back up, one of my counterparts revived me, then I just continue DPSing, rinse and repeat. You're gonna get into a ball, die. Most likely I was going in the back because, like I said, we only have 2 trollers, we have 4 DPSs, and I know that my counterparts DPSs got these, so I was just standing back there. One thing that you cannot see in the video, you can hear it because I caught the sounds from the video itself, so I can narrate. Is communications. We actually talk a lot, especially when we're in the raid. Everybody has a mic. If somebody's mic go down, we actually use our keyboard to communicate. But it's important. I always call for the home pillar, which is this one right next to the entrance. The closest, if you come out of the to the gauntlet, it's gonna be the first one to your left, or the warrior door. That's what we call it, the home pillar. So we start that and we go clockwise until we get all 4 pillars down, and then we get on the tyrant. We still got one more to go, which was the warrior, and the warrior pretty much is dodge. It's a dodgeball game pretty much. Also, he sucks people, and one thing that we experienced ourselves, and it was very annoying because it was the last boss that was up, is that he sucks, and he was sucking on the backups of the group members. It was very painful that we have 3 bosses down, we had the warrior left, and everybody pops everything out because we wanted to get it done. You see orbital strike coming out, supply drops, everybody start pulling their backups, but then he starts sucking, and he was sucking in the backups. The backups don't go with you, they stay attacking. So he started doing the one-shots, and our group got wiped completely. All 8 people were down, and that was a bad experience for us, so we kind of learned from that, adjusted for this run, and we actually got it done. We were lucky. They got the actual warrior first, got everything else down, and right here the tyrant actually popped pillar face right there when he was dying. We were all communicating. We didn't know that if we're gonna actually get the feed or not, since it was pretty close, and we didn't start from 0. We started from like 3 minutes and 20 seconds, I believe it was, something like that. That's when the cutscene came out. But we actually got it. Here everything broke loose. Everybody started spamming everything like you see in there, and boom, we got defeat. So here's the scoreboard. Here is the group that got it done. It was an excellent group from our league. It's all league members. Nice tanking, nice trolling, good power, beautiful healings. So healings were good, and DPS were doing everything they could, and they did an awesome job as well. We focus more in awareness than in numbers. So some people were just in charge of picking people up, in charge of picking balls and getting people out of jail and whatnot. So we are focusing on execution rather than numbers. But this is the guys that got it done, guys. We run this, and we're gonna try to get everybody else in the league to the same speed and getting the same feats. This is just a video to show you that we got it done and how we got it done. And hopefully you enjoy our videos. Stay tuned to our channels, keep watching our videos. I'm gonna keep posting more videos as we do stuff, and we're a pretty active league, and just don't forget to subscribe and like to our channel, guys. We'd really appreciate you leaving any comments and sharing our videos. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and just get out there and do good things.